Good morning, everyone. So much to explore and so much to acknowledge as always. Today, we are going to initiate the very first and brand new chapter of geography, that is resources and development. So, we'll start with the introduction as usual. To begin with, a question for you all to ponder upon. Do you think that resources are free gifts of nature as is assumed by many? I'm re-emphasizing. Do you think that resources are free gifts of nature as is assumed by many? Indeed, they are not. So, to better understand this, let's take the reference of the two quotes. So, here is the first one. The term natural resources confuses people. Natural resources are not like the finite number of gifts under the Christmas tree. Nature is given, but resources are created. Once again, the term natural resources confuses people. Natural resources are not like the finite number of gifts under the Christmas tree. Nature is given, but resources are created. So, what this quote and I mean here is that the people, a lot of people, still don't have decent understanding about natural resources, and this often leads to exploitation or misuse of natural resources. So this chapter and I myself is going to help you out, at least not to be in that category, and better understand what is resource and how these resources can be developed for the betterment of this world and also for the future upcoming generation. This is another quote. The earth, the air, the land and the water are not an inheritance from our forefathers, but on loan from our children. So we have to hand over to them at least as it was handed over to us. Once again, the earth, the air, the land and the water are not an inheritance from our forefathers, but on loan from our children. So we have to hand over to them at least as it was handed over to us. So the cumulative wisdom that we can generate from both the quotes is that though resources are out there in nature, but it is human beings that transform material available in our environment into resources and ultimately use them. But it is in this process of interaction with nature or environment challenges occurs that we need to understand, and only if you understand this we can find out the ways to manage it, perhaps manage in a judicious and ideal manner, not only for us but also for the sustainable future of this planet. So let's sum it up with the reference of Luxembourg, a landlocked country in Europe, perhaps the richest country in the world, as was once the richest among the, you can say, having the rich iron ore mines that it used to exploit and export to all the major countries across Europe, but now have got all exhausted. Thus, in this chapter, resources and development will get apprehended with the ways, various aspects, challenges, and obviously remedies to all the issues pertaining to the resources and development. Resources and developmental work to be undertaken for nation and mankind both, and how to do it or undertake it in a sustainable and judicious manner.